Alright, so we are moving on to my next list, and that's going to be my top 5 favorite Dokkan events. I've been thinking about other lists and stuff to do, but I'm going to start off with this one because why not? Now, I want to clarify something very, very quickly. This is not my top 5 hardest. None of these are being ranked for their difficulty at all, because a lot of these are actually really easy nowadays. But none of these are being ranked for difficulty at all. I am ranking them for either nostalgia, personal favorite, whatever reason that they're in the top 5 of my favorites. If you still think that this is a top 5 hardest, then you can fuck right off, because I don't really care about your opinion at that point if you still think that. Alright, so moving on to the list. Number 5 is going to be Defender of Beliefs and Dreams, Fizz 17. Now, Fizz 17 does what Super 17 failed to do, and that is actually mitigate Ki Blast super damage. In Super 17s, you can actually still get hit by that. He can actually still get hit by that, even though it's reduced damage, he still died to it. So if you had Tech Vegeta or a solid tech unit, you were killing him. Here, he mitigates all of that. So that makes you fool around with team comps. It makes you fool around with different units, different physical attackers and whatnot. And I feel that that works very much. It brings you out of your comfort zone, makes you fool around with team building. And that's exactly what this game is about. It's building up proper teams for specific events and building up different teams and trying out new units. That's what this whole game is about, and I think he makes you do that just fine. On to number 4. Gotta scroll. And that is going to be Beyond God, the Ultimate Secret, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. This man needs a fucking EZA, Bandai, please make it happen. I should say Akatsuki. Sorry. But anyway, this was my second ever Dokkan Fest unit ever pulling, first being Tech Beerus. So you can understand, I had nothing. So this event, when it came out, was the hardest thing in creation for me to do, and I wasted so many stones, but I loved it. Because I actually pulled a Dokkan Fest unit. I was thoroughly excited to just keep going, keep jugging it through, making sure I can actually Dokkan Awaken this man. And it was a blast. And I still come back to this event looking at it like, man, you were great. You need a revamp so badly. He definitely does need a new card. Even though UI Goku overshadowed everything else Goku did in the Tournament of Power, I feel a new Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken would be amazing to have. You could revamp this whole new, give him a Super 2 and everything. It would be a great thing. Moving on to number 3, and it's going to be the 7th Universe's God of Destruction. This was, as I mentioned before, my very first Dokkan Fest character that I pulled. So this was actually the first Dokkan event that I sat down and cracked down to try and do. I was able to pull Int Godku along with pulling Tech Beerus, so he was my lead damage dealer, and you can understand why that fucking sucked, because he's not that great of a unit, especially back in the day. But the reason why he's one of my favorites is because even though Beerus only has 2 stages, he still has one of my favorite mechanics, and that's the Rage form, where Beerus is like, yeah, go ahead and hit me for all that crazy damage. I'm going to get pissed, hit you harder, and I'm going to mitigate most of your damage. For whatever fucking reason, he fell asleep at the end of his Rage form, which Beerus, in a heated moment, would not fall asleep because he'd be too damn excited. So I didn't really get that, and that's why it's really not my number 1, because I love that mechanic that much. Beerus needs a new Dokkan Fest unit. Now, he has his EZA in Japan. We're getting that soon. He has an LR. He needs a new Dokkan Fest unit so we can revamp this with a Super 2 difficulty, and revamp the Rage form so he can be weak to God units like Goku and all of them, and reintroduce us to that Rage form that I love oh so much. On to number 2. And that is going to be... oh, I passed him. Super Awakening in the Gap of History in Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. This has mostly to do with the fact that Bardock is my favorite character, and in Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is my favorite character in the entire game. But this event is still it's not a chore, but it is a long-awaited battle. You get to watch Bardock go from base to Super Saiyan 2, all the way up to Super Saiyan 3, like the absolute monster that he is. And then he looks at you like, yeah, this place is starting to crumble. We got to finish this quick. I love this battle. I love it so very much. Still gets my heart pumping, and still something when I'm bored, I just go ahead and waste 25 stamina just doing it. Just because. Why not? This battle has a good amount of difficulty. It's really easy if you have a good team. As are most Dokkan events nowadays, but It's still a lot of fun to do, and I still come back to it often, as I mentioned before. And on to number 1. And that is going to be the one beyond God Descends, Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct Goku, this is probably by far the hardest Dokkan event that's in the game right now. And that's really not why it's my number 1. Well, it kind of is. I love the challenge of this event. I love the way the event works. There was one stage that will one-shot you completely if you don't do it right. And even if you do it right, you could possibly lose. So it forces you to use an item, something that we're so proud of completing without using. And then you get to the UI Goku stage, and he mitigates almost all of your fucking damage unless you have Jiren. And then he gets to his Mastered UI stage, where it's just even fucking worse, and he has like 9 health bars. But that's what makes this event so great. He gives you a proper challenge. He gives you that drive that we've been waiting for, because a lot of these just have gotten really easy with solid teams, and you can pretty much crush this event too with a solid team, but if you're careless by any means, he will slap you in the face, and I love that, and that's why it's my number 1, not only for the fact that Ultra Instinct Goku is one of my favorite units in the game. You're gonna see a tie there. A lot of my favorite units in the game are on this list. It's not surprising, but it is. Anyway, well, that'll do it for this one. I'll leave the surprise for the next one. Will probably be a dislike video, so look forward to that, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.